Hi everyone, how you all going? So in this video, it's going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to go through the 30 highest grossing movies of all time, speak about them a little bit, share some of the knowledge that I have about these movies, but let's take it away. So at number 30, we've got Spider-Man Far From Home, which came out in 2019, the second installment in the MCU Spider-Man trilogy. Also the very first Spider-Man movie that actually crossed $1 billion worldwide. Number 29, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, which came out in 2003, which won 11 Oscars, which actually ties it with Titanic and Ben-Hur as the biggest Oscar-winning movie of all time. Actually, the second movie to cross $1 billion worldwide, only after Titanic. 28, number 28, Aquaman 1, which came out in 2018. I like this movie. The only DCEU movie that actually crossed $1 billion worldwide. Aquaman 2, which only came out a few months ago, made 434 mil in comparison. So yeah, a lot less. 27th, Captain America Civil War, which came out in 2016. Fantastic movie, one of my absolute favorite MCU movies. 26, Minions, which came out in 2015, was actually the very first Illumination movie to cross $1 billion worldwide, and it was actually Illumination's highest grossing movie until it was surpassed by the Super Mario Brothers movie in 2023. 25, we've got Iron Man 3, which came out in 2013. I like the movie. I think it's a good movie. It's not my favorite Iron Man movie. That's still the first one. It was actually the only Iron Man movie to actually cross $1 billion worldwide. Also, the only Iron Man movie not directed by Jon Favreau, instead Shane Black. Number 24, The Fate of the Furious, so Fast and Furious 8. I like the movie. I think it's pretty good. Only one of two Fast and Furious movies that actually crossed $1 billion worldwide. Number 23, Incredibles 2, which came out in 2018. Really enjoyed the movie. I think it's a very, very good movie, a worthy sequel. Didn't actually win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature. It lost to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Number 22, Beauty and the Beast live action remake. I think it's a great movie. I really like Emma Watson in the movie. Luke Evans did a very good job as the main villain, Gaston. He was also actually in the Fast and Furious franchise and the Hobbit franchise as well. Number 21, Frozen, the original, which came out in 2013 and which also won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature, was actually the highest grossing animated movie of all time after surpassing Toy Story 3. Has since been overtaken as well, but yeah, it actually overtook Toy Story 3 to become the highest grossing animated movie of all time. Number 20, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which came out in 2018. I quite like it. I don't think it's fantastic. I think Jurassic World, the original from 2015, is superior, but I don't mind Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Definitely a lot better than Dominion, which came out in 2022. Number 19, Star Wars The Last Jedi, which came out in 2017. To be honest, I actually don't hate this movie. I don't like it as much now, but when it first came out back in 2017, I quite liked it. I know they mess up Luke Skywalker's character, but I personally don't actually hate the movie. Yeah, that's just my opinion. Number 18, Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2, which came out in 2011. Um, the only Harry Potter movie that actually crossed $1 billion worldwide. Philosopher's Stone has actually also since crossed $1 billion worldwide, but only upon being re-released. The only Harry Potter movie that actually crossed $1 billion worldwide during its main theatrical run was Deathly Hallows Part 2. Number 17, Black Panther, the original, which came out in 2018. Love this movie. Now, I think it's better than the second Black Panther. I actually also like the second Black Panther movie, Wakanda Forever, but that being said, the original 2018 movie is still the best, with Chadwick Boseman, obviously. Number 16th is the Super Mario Brothers movie. Love this movie. That's because I'm a huge fan of the Mario games. Had I not been a fan of the Mario games, maybe not as much, but I think it's a fantastic movie. It's also the highest grossing Illumination movie of all time and also the highest grossing video game adaptation of all time. Yep, love the movie. 15th, Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, I don't hate this movie either, but it's definitely my least favorite Avengers movie for sure. Just felt too much like a filler movie, with the exception of Vision's introduction. I won't get into too much detail, but it's definitely my least favorite Avengers movie. 14th, Barbie, which came out in 2023. I like the movie. I think Barbie is a good movie. Not one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't think it's a fantastic movie personally, but I think it is a good movie. Great performances, great set design, great score and soundtrack. So I think it's a good movie for sure. 13th, Frozen 2, which came out in 2019. Um, I think Frozen 2 is a good movie. I still prefer the original personally, but I think Frozen 2 is a good movie. Didn't actually win the Oscar for Best Animated Feature, lost to Toy Story 4. 12th is Top Gun Maverick, which came out in 2022, one of my absolute favorite movies ever made. I think it's a fantastic, near perfect movie, if not, yeah, perfect. The sequel to the original Top Gun, which came out in 1986. Sorry, give me one moment. I'm just getting out of something for a sec. 11th is Fast and Furious 7, which came out in 2015. One of my favorite Fast and Furious movies, actually. Yes, some of the action sequences are ludicrous, but I think the action in Fast and Furious 7 was superb and also very emotional with Paul Walker's send off after he tragically died in late 2013. But yeah, I think it's I think it's actually one of the best Fast and Furious movies. Not quite as good as 5, but it's still one of my favorite Fast and Furious movies. 10th is The Avengers, the original from 2012. Great movie, although me personally, I still prefer Infinity War and Endgame. I think that they're still superior. But I do like the first Avengers movie and how it brings all the major MCU superheroes together. And also the introduction of Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner. Ninth, The Lion King remake from 2019. Now, I'll be honest, it's not a great movie in my opinion, but I don't think it's horrible. One of the main issues was that it was basically a shot-for-shot remake of the original 1994 movie. That being said, I still enjoy the movie. I still enjoyed it when I saw it in theaters back in 2019. I think it's a competent movie. I don't think it's horrible. I think Jon Favreau did a decent job. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. Number 8, Jurassic World, the original from 2015. Definitely my favorite Jurassic World movie. Not as good as the original Jurassic Park from 1993, directed by Steven Spielberg, but still definitely the best Jurassic World movie. I think the movie had some great visual effects, some great intensity, some good emotion as well. Not perfect, but I think it's actually a solid movie and definitely the best Jurassic World movie. Number 7, Spider-Man No Way Home, 2021. Love this movie. I don't care what anyone says. I think it's a fantastic movie. I really enjoyed the return. I really loved the return of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield as their versions of Peter Parker as well. Number 6, Avengers Infinity War, which came out in 2018. Fantastic movie. Very interesting in the sense that, yes, it ends on a cliffhanger, but every single superhero movie, you're used to the superhero actually being triumphant and defeating the main villain, etc. Not the case in this movie. In this movie, Thanos accumulates all 6 Infinity Stones. He wipes out half the population, and all the Avengers, like for example Tony Stark, Natasha Romanoff, Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Steve Rogers, Captain America, they're all unsuccessful in actually defeating Thanos. I thought that was very, very interesting. And also Thanos' motives, in my opinion, were very interesting as well. I don't agree with them, obviously, but his motive for wanting to wipe out half the population, I thought was very interesting. Number 5, Star Wars The Force Awakens. Now, in my opinion, this is actually the best Disney Star Wars movie. It's actually the number 1 highest grossing movie of all time at the domestic box office. Domestically, it made 935 mil. It's the all-time highest grossing movie at the domestic box office. But definitely, without a doubt, my favorite Disney Star Wars movie, despite Han Solo's tragic death. Number 4, Titanic, which came out in 1997, the year I was born. Yeah, absolute classic, won 11 Oscars, the very first movie to actually cross $1 billion worldwide, and then cross $2 billion worldwide in 2012 when it was re-released for its one. It was re-released in 2012 to commemorate the 100-year anniversary of the RMS Titanic sinking. Number 3, Avatar The Way of Water, aka Avatar 2, which came out in 2022. Love the movie. I don't care what anyone says. I think it's a great movie. Not quite as good as the original Avatar from 2009, but still, in my opinion, a very good movie and a very good sequel. Number 2, Avengers Endgame. Yep, a fantastic conclusion to the Infinity Saga. The final showdown against Thanos, in my opinion, was very epic and, yep, awesome. Really delivered. Quite sad as well with that major character, Tony Stark, dying at the end, and also Natasha Romanoff also gets killed in the movie as well, so it was a bit sad at times, but overall, a fantastic conclusion to the Infinity Saga. And number 1, the original Avatar from 2009, which was actually the very first movie to cross $2 billion worldwide, also overtook Titanic as the all-time highest grossing movie ever. And I'm sure you guys all know Avatars 1 and 2 and Titanic were all directed by James Cameron. So James Cameron has actually directed three of the four highest grossing movies of all time, which is absolutely insane. But take care, guys. All the best. I might update this in the future. If this list changes a little bit, I'll update it down the track. But yeah, these are the highest grossing movies of all time as of March 2024. Take care. Have a great day and all the best. Bye.